The James Wilson Fellowship is now in its third year. The purpose of the Institute is the study, spread, and further public understanding of natural rights.
Well, we've said all along that we're from the beginning, that we're trying to restore to a new generation of lawyers, judges, and ordinary citizens the same furnishings of mind as the American founders, the people who made this regime, who couldn't draw their moral lessons from the Constitution itself.
Constitutional law, for various reasons throughout history, has become solely linked to positive law and to the rules and edicts that have been handed down from age to age and generation to generation. The problem is, like anything, there's a seed of degeneration in every human idea that we slowly kind of corrupt it and go away from what the original premise was.
We brought together a fantastic group of young lawyers.
I have loved getting to know the fellows and the varied backgrounds they come from, experiences.
The fellows have tended to each day become closer and closer with one another, and the conversations each day, they become better and better.
It's been so valuable to hear Professor Arkes talk about the different way that we can think of and frame some of the landmark legal cases that have shaped our country.
We've talked about a number of cases that I learned about in law school. We've talked about them in a different way.
The fact that you're getting this approach from one person with a unifying, coherent theory based on reason and the logic of morals is just far and away unique from what you would get in law school.
Professor Arkes is able to go back to those first principles and able to sort of recapture the imagination of the founding and what it meant to be a just society, one that's based on limited government and individual rights.
He's a serious man in the sense that he's serious about what he does, but we've had a good laugh a time or two during the days, and I appreciate that.
He really engages in this conversation, and he makes people reason about it.
Unlocking what's already there within you. And that's been part of the charm here.
He doesn't take himself or us too seriously, although we are talking about difficult concepts and topics sometimes.
He doesn't give up. He makes the same question over and over until you actually realize that you need to find an answer.
And so what distinguishes him, it's not necessarily the rejection of positive law, but the recognition that, again, these truths are eternal, and that even if we do have a stream of precedents, that's not enough. It has to be anchored into something firmer.
We draw these threads, and some of them run through the Constitution, and people forget where they came from. So part of what we're doing is we're calling to people where they came from, but also trying to cultivate the art of thinking again in that way, of filling in what the text may not supply, what is absolutely necessary to give a coherent account of the judgment you're rendering.
He's there with you the whole way. He's quick thinking.
You can tell that he loves the exchange and the interplay of ideas, so it's kind of been fun to see that back and forth.
This fellowship has been a great success in that it's been able to put words to feelings.
He's got this absolute devotion to making sure that if you're going to teach moral principles, you better teach moral principles the right way.
First time we did this, half the people in the room were a little unsettled and jolted themselves because they hadn't heard this either in 4 years of college or 3 years of law school.
The lessons I've learned here, the friendships that I've made, in the thoughts that were provoked are something that I'm really looking forward to bringing on to the next stage of my career.